Good morning, Nick Ayton here. I was sort of watched that what's his name, Gary Gensler, the SEC chap, interview, and it's quite troubling, really, isn't it? The Federal Reserve, the SEC, the CFTC in America, they've really got it in for crypto. You've now got various senators and powerful people in the US political system saying that Bitcoin is dangerous to the planet and crypto is evil and it's a whole series of extreme positions, of course, and the whole thing is because the US economy, the Federal Reserve, the US dollar, the traditional banking system is feeling threatened. And I get that. I get when something is feeling threatened, it sort of pushes back. But at the same time, what they're doing is destroying the crypto and blockchain infrastructure. We've had the banks, Silvergate and Signature, and we used to bank with Signature. And in the early days, when I was involved in some very early sort of blockchain and crypto projects, this is sort of 2012, 2013, 2014, we couldn't get banking. And there was no infrastructure to support it, and it was very difficult to raise capital and run a business without a bank. And here we are again. The powers that be are killing the crypto infrastructure on purpose, but they are also going after all the big. There's been a few unicorns, hasn't there? These authorities are never going to rest. They seem to struggle to understand what the difference between different tokens are. We had we have 3 or 4 different types of tokens, don't we? But I've always taken the position it's just the authorities will all consider them all securities, whether it's a pooling instrument to get capital into your project, or whether it's something on an exchange where you can buy and sell and make a profit. By definition, they're securities, aren't they? And of course, the regime is always going to define crypto to fit within existing law, because they don't understand how to define new laws to cater for them. So it shouldn't be any surprise, but they're going after everybody now. FTX just showed the damage, what can be done with a bunch of kids playing around with lots of money, completely clueless and irresponsible in a sense. But there we have also, we have Coinbase, we have Ripple. These are the big players that came out of the crypto decentralized revolution, and they're being scrutinized. But there are some very bad actors out there potentially, and fingers are being pointed at some of the big exchanges. They're not regulated, they don't follow any rules, they're very big. Most of them started life in Asia or China, and OKX, Huobi, Binance, we in the early days we competed against them with our exchange, and we always raised our eyebrows on the apparent volumes they had and whether the bots on their platform traded against you. And then there was all sorts of rumours about front running and wash trading, things like that. But also, where does the capital come from? Are there sanction list countries that, or is there laundered money, criminal activity, where the capital flows are going across these exchanges? And of course the answer is we don't know for sure, but these things have never been audited, there isn't any transparency, and yet some of these founders have made themselves extremely wealthy, and by doing so they've also tried to legitimize their wealth by buying into traditional businesses. But also, there are jurisdictions around the world, of course, that will accept some of these exchanges, some of these crypto blockchain businesses with open arms, because they invest money and they open an office and create some jobs. But it's it's a sad day in a sense, because you know the whole nature of the Satoshi movement was enabling the people to have a means of exchanging value. And although Bitcoin and crypto isn't peer-to-peer, everyone says it is, but it's not. You know, it's peer to miner, miner to miner, miner to peer, and in a sense the miners hold the power. And those of us who've been in the industry a long time, we know that. But then the miners invest in the energy, the equipment to process the token exchange. It's not a transaction, by the way. You know, anyone who says it's a transaction, they need their head tested. You know, all blockchains do is record token movement on one side. There's no exchange of value, never has been. And yes, you can engineer different blockchain and decentralized structures to do various things in a business model, but these business models can't scale. Blockchain can't scale, and it's quite a poor technology. But it doesn't have the concept of a transaction at all, and there is no ability to audit. Yes, it's immutable, and through an explorer you can see the movement of tokens, but that's about your lot, really. So it's not surprising that the centralized world of banks, investment banks, regulators, love them or hate them, and I lean on the side of I'm not keen, I'm not a fan, but at the same time the crypto blockchain community don't help themselves. You know, you've got mainly a bunch of young kids who see it as an opportunity to get rich quick, and unfortunately that hurts us all. So there we go, we are 10 steps forward and 100 steps back in crypto at the moment, and these guys are going after our infrastructure, and by going after our infrastructure it makes it very difficult to get legitimate blockchain and crypto businesses away. So that's where we are. It's we're not in good shape. Talk soon.